Chicago was slammed by widespread rioting all last night and into this morning. And you probably know by now because I've done several segments, at least talking about it a little bit. And now we have this story. Check this out. Top Chicago prosecutor Kim Foxx's office has dismissed more than 25,000 felony cases, including murders, shooting, assaults, and the Jussie Smollett hoax attack. I wonder why all of these cities are doing this. And I know I've said it over and over again. I wonder because there's nothing I can really say. They're just doing it. The district attorneys in all of these different cities are just letting criminals go. Why? Why did New York do bail reform? The bail reform thing, you might be familiar with it. The idea is that we shouldn't be able to detain people who are too poor to pay bail, so certain crimes, they get released. I like the idea. I believe in freedom over security, and then you've got a problem. Some of these people have been caught red-handed, and the police will testify to that fact, and the judge will say, yeah, well, these crimes we don't hold people for, so they're released, and they go and commit more crimes. And some of these people, violent ones. That's the problem. We need to actually figure out how to slowly implement proper reforms, not just snap our fingers and roll out programs that release criminals onto our streets, and it results in widespread rioting. A lot of the people, I don't think the overwhelming majority, but there were many people who got arrested during the riots throughout the country that had been previously released due to COVID concerns. So what's the game here, Chicago? They don't want to listen to Trump. They don't want his offer for assistance. Well, here we go. The Daily Mail says, Cook County State Attorney Kim Foxx has dismissed more than 25,000 felony cases. Foxx gained notoriety last year when she dropped felony charges against Jussie Smollett, the Empire actor accused of staging a racist, homophobic attack on himself. The Chicago Tribune on Monday published an analysis of Foxx's overall record on dropping charges, revealing she has done so at a rate that's 35% higher than her predecessors. Why? Does she want more criminals on the street? Chicago has seen their crime spike, lethal crime. Now, Chicago recently implemented 2 new police units, which resulted in a minor drop in crime, which is a good thing. But why is that the murders across the board are going up in all of these places? I wonder if you have a criminal who is prevented from doing something, over the line, murder, for instance, and they get arrested. Then they get cut loose for whatever reason by people like her, and then they go and finish the job. We already saw this in one story, and it's brutal. A guy was accused by a woman of, assaulting her, to say the least, keep it family friendly, you know what I mean. And he was in prison. They released him out of COVID concerns, and he went and he shot the woman and he killed her. And then apparently, I don't know if he's still alive. He shot himself. It's truly nightmarish. Everything seems to be breaking down. We got mass riots. We got criminals being released. These people are just doing it. And I think it only goes in one direction, I think it leads to a dangerous. I think it's going to get a lot worse. Because you do the logic yourself. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say anything. You do the logic yourself. Criminals being released, widespread looting, an inability of the police to operate, a defunding of the police, the DAs releasing all these people. Where do you think that brings us? Just unrest, endless and endless. They say, in the first 3 years after Foxx took over as Cook County top prosecutor, her office dismissed all charges against 29.9% of felony defendants, the Tribune found. By comparison, Foxx's predecessor, Anita Alvarez, dropped charges against just 19.4% of felony defendants over her last 3 years in office. Now, it's fair to say, maybe she's doing the right thing and releasing innocent people. Maybe. Considering everything that's gone on, considering what happened with Jussie Smollett, I don't believe it. I really, really don't. A total of 25,183 defendants had their felony charges dismissed under Foxx up until November 2019, compared with 18,694 under Alvarez during the same period, the Tribune said. Foxx took over as state's attorney in 2016 with a promise to bring criminal justice reform and to reduce the population of Cook County Jail. Well, there you go. She's done it. Hey, there's an easy way to reduce the population of the prisons. Just let people go. You're free to leave. Thank you. Have a good day. The Democrat is now up for re-election in November after beating 3 challengers in a tight race that was one of the most expensive of its kind. Foxx defended her case dismissal record in an interview with the Tribune prior to the publication of its analysis. The newspaper reported that Foxx did not dispute the findings, but said that the high rate of dismissal gave an incomplete picture of her commitment to keeping the public safe. It is always eye-opening to be able to look at our own data and compare it to my predecessor's past, Fox said. I can't reconcile what her decision making was and how they chose to dismiss cases in the past. But I will say that this administration has been clear that our focus would be on violent crime and making sure that our resources and attention would go to addressing violent crime. Fox asserted that our office is focused on dropping cases against low-level nonviolent offenders, though the Tribune's analysis paints a different picture. I want to stop right here and just say this. If she's cutting loose people for like pot charges and stuff, I got no problem with that. None whatsoever. I think nonviolent offenders on marijuana-related charges should be pardoned, should be released. There needs to be a review to make sure there weren't underlying or other, circumstances for sure, because maybe they were violent, but the charges were dropped. I think Trump should pardon at the federal level every single one of these people and issue an executive order saying no more enforcement on marijuana-related charges. That's just my opinion. I actually think there's a lot of things Trump should do in that similar vein as it pertains to nonviolent offenses. But for sure, I think this is an obvious one. It would be great for Trump. Most people seem to agree with it. And I understand there's challenges there, so we'd have to have a review process. But by all means, let these people go, man. Not to get too libertarian on you, but locking people in prison for growing a plant and putting it in their body, that to me is nuts. I understand some of these people may have been dealing and selling, but still, I think there's an appropriate review. Like, you sell to kids? Nah, I'm sorry, man, even if it's nonviolent. Anyway, here's what they say. The Tribune found Fox has consistently dismissed cases involving murder, shooting, sex crimes, and serious drug offenses at a significantly higher rate than Alvarez did. Okay, man, now you're getting into weird territory, Kim. Now, it could be a lack of evidence, fine. But why the uptick compared to somebody else? They mentioned narcotics does make up a large under. Okay, so narcotics is a large percentage of this. So I'm fine with that. All right, let's make that clear. They say homicide 8.1, sex crimes 9.5, aggravated battery 7%, and narcotics is 53.8. That's probably pot charges, man. I got to be honest. I'm totally okay with that. So let's make sure that's clear. But we can still criticize her, for a lot of other things. More importantly, the violent offenders. Fox said she encourages assistant state's attorneys in her office to openly discuss dismissing felony charges with cases that have legal problems. She said fostering that kind of environment is important to her, given Chicago's record of wrongful convictions and police misconduct. Now, I want to say this. Listen, I do disagree, and it does cause me concern what she's saying. The problem is she cut loose Jussie Smollett, and now she's lost any goodwill or any good faith assumptions I could possibly make. I believe she's just trying to play. I believe she's getting political on all this stuff. I think Chicago's got a sordid past. I think they got corrupt cops. I think they got wrongful prosecutions, and I think we do need someone to come in and reform this. I think Trump should be pardoning a lot of these nonviolent offenders. If she's, dismissing felony charges for narcotics reasons, I'm also going to assume somewhat it's a positive thing. Now, there are limits, though. I'm not overtly libertarian. There are certain issues where she shouldn't be dismissing them. And so I don't know exactly what the cases are, and it does cause me concern. I want to be careful here, because if we do actually side on freedom over security, then it may be that she has legitimate reasons to actually dismiss these cases. But they do show that Alvarez, the predecessor, across the board, Kim Fox has been dismissing more cases than her predecessor. And I want to point this out. Homicide cases, 8.1 compared to 5.3, an increase. Sex crimes, an increase of 3 points. Aggravated battery, an increase of just about 1 point. And then we see violent, lethal crime escalating in Chicago and many other cities. Here's the problem. You know what? If she's doing the right thing, and I can't give her the benefit of the doubt because of Jussie Smollett. Sorry, can't do it. But if she is doing the right thing, well, then you still got a problem. Chicago's insane gun laws. If you want to release people under the assumption that they're innocent, you're not going to see a big argument from me. But the city also has very strict gun laws, making it very difficult for regular people to actually defend themselves. I get it. You got gun crime like crazy. What you need is legit legal gun owners. Instead, all you have are criminals and gangs who are armed. So if you're going to be cutting these people loose, giving them the benefit of the doubt after, what you did with Jussie Smollett, and then the city is going to not allow people to carry weapons. I mean, you can, but it's pretty crazy in Chicago, mind you. I grew up there. It's ridiculous, their laws. Sorry, man. I don't know how we solve this problem, because it's not so simple as to just say, drop all these cases. What do you do? What do you do? It is rough. They mentioned that she drew criticism over the Jussie Smollett circumstance. And I'll tell you what, man. Here, they give us some examples to paint a picture. They say, Nigma Howard, 2 counts of aggravated battery. They say Howard was arrested and charged with 2 felony counts of aggravated battery in January 2019. Police accused Howard, then 16, of kicking, biting, and spitting on 2 officers. A video of Howard's altercation with the officers showed them tasering her and dragging her down a stairway after they wrestled to her to the floor. The video went viral, sparking outrage from viewers who were horrified to see the officers use such intense force on a teenager. Fox's office ultimately decided to drop the felony charges against Howard a month after her arrest, eliciting outrage from local police unions. Because apparently they knew she did it, and that's the point. Look, man, Chicago's a rough place. You got somebody being tasered. I mean, it happens, especially if you bite and spit and kick officers. They got a bunch of other ones, narcotics and resisting arrest. This guy, they say a video went viral. After the video, so a Roman was subsequently hit with charges of resisting arrest and narcotics after widely shared bystander video showed him refusing to let police handcuff him before they opened fire. He was shot and injured by police who tried to arrest him for jumping between train cars. They ultimately decided to drop the charges. I want to be fair, right? But I do think it's ultimately a bad move what she's doing, and we're gonna see what we saw in New York, and we're seeing people, murders. We're also seeing widespread looting, and at a time when people feel like the cops can't touch them, you're doing this? Nah, man. Look, we got serious, complicated problems in this country. That's a fact, but we're still a good country, and you don't do it this way. You don't. Whatever. I'll leave it there. Next segment's coming up in a few minutes, and I will see you all shortly.